Okay, so intro, try number 2. Today we'll be cooking some tofu nuggets. Uh, Not too many ingredients. I actually do remember where I came across this recipe. I'll try to post it in the comments or, well, description. Uh, Pretty basic. All-purpose flour, nutritional yeast, smoked paprika, regular black pepper, salt, eggs, 2 packs tofu, some raw almonds, and as far as equipment, a food processor would probably be better, but I don't have one, so I use a coffee grinder to grind up the almonds, and also a cookie sheet with parchment paper, and your oven should be preheated to 400 degrees. As I said, this is the second attempt because my camera woke up and chose to be a thorn in my side and corrupted the video files of the first 2 takes I did, where I actually ground up the almonds, as you can see there. So unfortunately, I don't have video of that, but caught it soon enough that it shouldn't matter too much, hopefully. So our next step would be to finish mixing up our breading by adding in nutritional yeast, smoked paprika, salt, and okay, so now we're ready for the tofu. And as I mentioned in the intro, my camera is indeed the devil itself. So it also did not get me mixing up our batter with, or well, breading, not batter, with our almonds and all the other ingredients. They should be in the recipe though. Since we're using 2 packs, you'll just need to mix in double of what it says. But that's really unfortunate. So this will be similar to how we did the tofu scramble, but we want the tofu blocks to be a little bit longer to kind of more, I guess, resemble what you would consider chicken nuggets. So I'm going to pretty much cut it almost exactly the same in stacks of 3. Okay, but this time, unlike the tofu scramble, I'm not going to cut it down the middle there. I'm just going to cut it this way. In probably 3 even pieces. Like that. So we end up with, it's still pretty thick, but a cube about like that. And I know I said like chicken nuggets, but you can't really approach this thinking about it like that because it's not, an alternative. It's it's its own thing. They have a different taste. So if you go in expecting it to taste like chicken nuggets, then you'll probably be disappointed. But they do taste good as their own thing. All right, so in this group we have some thinner cubes. So we'll see how those work out as compared to the thicker ones in the last bunch. All right, so now we should start building our assembly line to get these breaded and in the oven. Okay, so we're going to have 3 steps, starting with flour. We're going to have flour in this bowl. We're going to have eggs in this bowl. And then, of course, here we have our ground almond with all the other ingredients, nutritional yeast, smoked paprika, salt, and black pepper mixed in, which we unfortunately don't have video of. So first thing, I'm going to get our eggs. Okay, I think that'll be good enough for now. Like I said, it's my first time using eggs for this, so we'll see how that goes. Let's get our flour. And with this, I usually start with a cup, but all of these are one of those things where you'll need what you need depending on how much you're making, but the portions will mostly still be the same. 1 egg per pack of tofu, and probably about 1 cup of flour per pack, and 1 cup of almonds, ground per pack. Okay, so we'll start with that and start breading the almonds, or start breading the tofu with the almonds. So we'll start by just dipping or rolling them in our flour. Then egg. Then the almond. Well, almond mix. And you'll get your hands pretty dirty doing this, but hopefully you'll come out with a nice almond coated piece of tofu. Let's put that on the oven sheet. All right, so here we are. I decided to cut off the camera for, well, so the battery didn't run down. Because the reason I don't make these that often is because it takes a lot of time. But as you can see, some of these have a really nice coating, and some not so much. I think I would probably go with the full vegan version, which is usually what I do, where rather than the eggs, you use some plant milk and you put lemon juice in the plant milk and let it curdle for a minute, and that will usually give you a really even coating. But put these in at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Technically, you're supposed to flip them halfway through, but I usually don't because I don't have time for that. Also, I've been denying you the star of the show, cleanup crew. As always, she is here and on standby. So here we are, 12 minutes later. I ended up leaving them in for 2 more minutes because there are some bigger chunks. Honestly, I probably would leave them in for about 15 minutes. But they turned out all right. They smell great. They basically smell like roasting almonds. So that's definitely a plus. I picked out the cream of the crop, if you will, the ones with the best coating to take over to try. And they did not disappoint. They taste pretty good. I'll probably finish these and pack up the others. Because as you all know, I use these for meal prep. And they taste just as good reheated. You have to reheat them at a lower power level if you use microwave. Like power level 2 or 3 for probably less than a minute, I'd say. But that's pretty much it. Hope everybody enjoyed.